four-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, a huge light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
Oh my god, I still got music going. That's a mistake. Anyway, g'day. I am your host for this evening, the Lime Bus, with apparently a pit rate that's going through the roof, and just let me just say, cast already. This time, they didn't even ask. Wow. Apparently they're just going to go. I will go over map bans in a bit, but apparently they're just pushing start, which may just give them a little slap on wrist after this, but nope. We're gonna get into the draft then. As we do have a Division D West game of 210 Blechman Street facing off against Frogun, and we do see 210 actually one coin toss chose first pick, so Frogun chose map picks, and they chose Infernal Shrine. So we see Asmodan is banned out first, which fair enough. Stukov also a pretty good ban. Both of those have fairly good control of objectives and such, so you may as well click, nah mate, you're not getting that one. Back on off, you're not doing that. So, and we see Zagara, so very much 210 Blechman Street is not wanting to really have too many issues running at them, so to speak. And we can see Decade is also going to be banned out. And a lot of just AoE, area control kind of thing. Right, and we can see Joanna, first pick, pretty safe first pick. That's the first time that's unstable. That's interesting. Wow, that's really problematic. Right, and we're going to see Karazim and Zul is picked up, which I do like a good bit of Zul action. Karazim, I'm not the best at. It's still a fun one to say the least. Oh god, I hope my stream's doing alright, because apparently my bitrate's through the floor. Then we see Jaina picked up. What else? Ufa, hell yeah, I love it, Ufa. I don't know how well it is going to do here is going to be my biggest question. Just because, well, Ufa can be a very temperamental one. And I'm just going to quickly mute myself since I'm just checking something. Sorry, I am back now. Tychus is banned out. Show me Diablo. And show me Hogger. Alternatively, Deathwing, maybe a fun one, but we see Mephisto is picked up by Shogun Misa, and what is going to be the next one? Tannis. Okay, interesting. So we probably can't, if you're the side of 210, double healer is almost detrimental at this point, because Mephisto is known to be pretty good into, well, double healer. That damage he gets off with the sustain they give just gives him kind of more procs of heal to keep going and keep going in. Now, Tails Kansek here. We see a Murky. Not what I was expecting at all. And I guess another damage round out. Zul Jin. Right on. I do like it. I think Karazim may need to go with that block totem at this point at 4, but can still get away with a few of their options. Also, welcome in Dev Zero. Hope you're doing well, my dude. Right, last pick. They don't technically have a tank. I guess they can with Zul, but Frogun doesn't yet have a tank, so be interested to see what they pick up. 1. And it is Tyrande. Double healer, okay. Okay, so I'm going to guess Karazim is going to go the Iron Fists. I imagine Tyrande is going to go Owl build. And Zul maybe picking up the kind of roots, kind of bigger armor, talents that he can pick up. This will be interesting. Very much 210 Blechman Street does have a kind of more standard comp, while Frogun is definitely going a bit wild with theirs. But we'll see how it goes as I'm going to get on over into the game.
4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, here's light bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man light bomb. They're gonna follow up, and they're gonna get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my god, when does this happen? Everybody's dead.
You know, I thought I left it long enough for the game to actually let us load in, but apparently not. So, I'm going to go a bit of history between these two teams. So these two teams have fought before as D... That really says B West, huh? D West. As D West is a double round robin division, there is very much going to be that we are going to play each other more than once. And this is the second time for, I believe, between these two teams. Last time it was a 2-0 to Frogun, but I don't know how it will go this time. And hopefully for the side of 2 Team Blechman, it goes much better for them. I'm hoping at least for them to get a map, if not 2. But right, we are in the game now, so I do need to do this. No, I can't. Yeah. As we do have a side on 2 Team Blechman Street, we have Denominator on the... I can't remember his name. The Murloc Murky. Slow Cheetah is on the Jaina. Eloido is on the Ufa. Asterix didn't quite get hit by VR on the Joe, and Blanchard on the Zul'jin. Then we'll obviously the backflip on the Zul. Pentamachina on the Artanis. Shogun Misa on the... Wow, I can't remember his name. Wow. Mephisto, Dicello, and Karazim, and John Lotz on the Tyrande. Right, 210. And then we have here Frogun. Sorry, give me a moment as I'm just putting up prediction. Start, and there we go. We are just going to get general rotations coming out as per usual. A lot of damage coming out. Blanchard actually taking a decent amount to start. Does get swapped by Pentamachina, but doesn't quite go down. And I'm honestly surprised Pentamachina didn't choose reactive parry, because it actually makes him much tankier. It actually takes him a lot harder, makes him a lot harder to go down. Now we can see Murky's getting a little bit pushed out by the backflip. Quite hard to go into them as Murky, especially auto attackers are probably Murky's kind of main problem in this game. It definitely is much harder for him to go into them than it is for him to go into kind of those more magey, well, I guess more ability based offlaners, because Pufferfish, you can at least get Tougher Puffer if you are wanting, or Tougher Fish I should say, if you're wanting to get those bribe stacks, which actually he isn't. So never mind, I'm just talking out my ass this game. But anyway, looking at talents, we do see Ufa has gone Silver Touch at level 1 and is getting there relatively quickly, almost halfway. Oh, wait, is it 60? Yeah, almost halfway already. Oh, no, he's actually closer to a quarter and a half. It's 80. But meanwhile, we can also see that Joe went Laws of Hope. We have a stacking baseline on Zul'jin and Jaina, both having their Yuan Axe and Frostbite respectively at level 1. Well, on the other side, we actually don't see any stacking, and interesting enough, we do see Spirit Ally. I was thinking maybe we see that kind of Earth Ally auto attack protect, but nope, Spirit Ally could still do a lot, especially in the correct place. It could definitely keep your team alive a lot longer than expected in some situations. Actually, those healing numbers get up there pretty quickly. Right, both these camps now being done. Good stuff. They're at least on top of their macro, both these teams. But yeah, I think this is where it's going to get tricky for 2 Team Blechman. So I think very much the team fight of Frogun is going to be quite hard to overcome. Because really, you somehow need to get rid of the the Mephisto. Mephisto is such a good team fight hero, and you have a Murky that's pushing top. So you're going to have a 4v5 in a lot of these situations as well, because that's what the team of Frogun is expected to do. They expect a team fight. And we can actually, I like what Murky's doing here. I like that Murky's not with team. I like that Murky is pushing, because it makes it much harder for Frogun to get like complete value, let's say. How's Murky doing? He's getting there. And we can see now Shogun and Misa once again going in to get that damage. And Uther going to see if they can get up. Nice little bit of bonk on Pentamachina. Everyone does dodge the swap, so no one going to go down. Yes, Asterix rejoining. However, it is already at 39. There is now the Mortar Punisher going over to the side of Frogun, and Blanchard taking so much damage. Went down to, nope, as I say, went down to 126, maybe he's out, but no. Artanis hits that dash and is able to take him down. Meanwhile, the swap, however, saves him from too much damage from the actual Punisher itself, and they get to live. So a little bit of a mistake there by Pentamachina, but not the end of the world in all honesty, as it is at least the Zul'jin down and not stacking during this phase. But Jump does come out from it once again. We see Ironskin pop. Nice four-man stun by Asterix happening there, but not quite anything coming from it. Nice swap by Pentamachina. Then we see a stun onto Cello. Apparently he is not a fan of stringed instruments that are larger than a violin or a viola. Asterix gets the nice pull onto things. We do see Pentamachina went for swap. However, it didn't look like it went out. Globe went out. That was like 2 health. Slow Cheetah barely holding on from 210 Blechman. But we do now see that Shogun Misa is trying to push in, and that is the gate going down. And that is finally the Punisher going down. A fort and towers later. Not quite what you're wanting if you're the side of 210 Blechman, but at least you didn't lose more than that, considering they're looking like Frogun was going to have a lot of momentum going into that phase. So we do see it's level 8 to 9. Murky has had his push stifled, at least for now. But I wonder if they may have gotten more value out of the stacks off Pufferfish than anything else. I can do this. And hopefully that saves what I want saved. But right. To 10 Blechman. We do see that he goes for the Durance of Hate. Shogun Misa not quite hitting it as the Heroics were online, because we also have... Oh, yes, I love this build. Auto attack build on Tyrande is actually one of my favorite builds to run on Tyrande, just because you could do actually a lot of healing. Anyway, to talk about Heroics, before I forget, we have Starfall Lunara, which, in my opinion, is the better one of those Heroics. We do also have Poison Nova on the Zul, 7-sided strike on the Karazim. Nice stun by Tyrande, and that's a very swift finish. Zul'jin going down once again. The other thing is Suppression Pulse from the Artanis. So, what I think 210 Blechman Street need to do is, like, they almost need to avoid fighting. Which I know sounds weird, considering both Slow Cheetah and Zul'jin need to get their stacks to become actually stronger heroes. They need to very much get that macro pressure up, because they are behind. Because now we see Asterix being relatively low, but no, it'll be the Ufa going down first. Ufa not quite able to keep up with all that pressure. Slow Cheetah is then swapped in. Ufa trying their best to keep him up in that kind of ghost form, but that will be them going down. Meanwhile, Murky has picked March of the Murlocs. Not the most commonly seen pick, but hey, I do like seeing uncommon picks, and we do see Denominator going behind. Does drop that March, and that is now a decent amount of damage coming out. Does involve, and Guillotine finds the kill onto Zul. Nice guillotine by Blanchard there. Shogun Misa gets relatively low. We see that team's decided to back out. Suppression Pulse was dropped on top of him, but nothing will go down there. Pentamachina actually lucky they didn't quite hit that swap, because odds are, sorry about that. Apparently I'm quite thirsty. Odds are that if they hit that swap, not Slow Cheetah, Eloido would have followed up with a stun of their own, and that would have been quite difficult for them to make it fully out, but not the end of the world. But we do now see Heroics are picked up by the side of, oh, that's a dead Murloc. 210 Blechman Street. We do have, as I said a little bit ago, we do have the March of Murlocs picked up. We have Divine Shield picked up, the Guillotine, Blessed Shield, and Ring of Frost to bring it down. Which, I don't hate Ring of Frost. Ring of Frost isn't bad. It's just, it usually requires a decent amount of setup, but if this Jaina is consistent enough to hit these without that consistent setup, props to her, man. Oh, nice Ring of Frost. We can see that kind of double healer does so much. Slow Cheetah now forced to back out downwards. Blanchard gets the Divine Shield popped up from him, but won't quite go down. But it will be, however, the Joanna going down up top. That dash from Pentamachina once again finding a kill. Slow Cheetah once again trying to get out, but no, it's Denominator getting kicked by Karazim and going to the ground. Nice done by Illido, but not quite much you can do into a... Ooh. I was going to say, Denominator actually the one in danger, the egg in danger, but no, they managed to respawn time, bubble out, And what could have been a disaster for 2-Team Blechman is at least going to hold on that little bit longer. Shogun Misa does get the... Oh... Let's say does get the swap off, does get that that heroic. Blanchard dodging the owl. John Lott's not quite able to find the kill via Denominator. Is pushing on. Keep in mind, Zul is just pushing this whole time. And the objective is up. Which it is a Frozen Punisher, which is actually a pretty potent one. Asterix, not, well, I should say Asterix is fine at the end. However, it is the Zeratul who, not Zeratul, Zul'jin who will go down. As that is very unfortunate. We can see the March of Murlocs coming out. Denominator Illidor getting relatively low. Denominator going down. Asterix getting relatively low. Swap back into the team. However, they are Joanna at the end of the day. Not the easiest to kill. Nice little stun by them. And actually very good Ring of Frost. Finding quite a few people. However, W wasn't able to follow up. Asterix getting down to 70 health. But not able to get... Well, actually, Frogun isn't able to quite find the kill. However, Frogun does have a free level advantage now. Zul has just been double soaking that whole time. And actually, if we have a look at that experience soak, now that everyone's being chased out, you'll see that there is such a difference as this one, isn't it? And nice, that's a good kill onto the Mephisto. That's probably one of the most important kills you can get right now, as that is their main damage out. And Pentamachina is just buying time at this point. We see Iceblock comes out for Jane, and Pentamachina doing the best out of a cooldown reduction build, but will be them eventually going down. But yeah, you can see here that the amount of siege that Zul got in that little bit puts him 2k ahead of Murky. Murky being known as one of those siege heroes, but Murky was needed to defend that top keep, and even now that top keep's relatively low. By no means, Frogun has to push with Punisher. They can just go top, get it that way. But it is a Frozen Punisher. You probably should at least get some value with it. Here comes the jump. Where's the jump? There's the jump. My god, that took a while. Yeah, we can see Dicello and John Lotz deciding to finally hit top. And it's going down pretty quick. Not super quick, because of how cooldowns work, but quick enough. Meanwhile, we can see that Blind comes out slow down at least that. Dicello staying in to get the last few hits. There it is now. Denominator trying to get on top of him. Maybe that's where we would have liked to see the Octograb, but hey, it is very much... What is it called again? March of Murlocs can get a lot of value, and I hope it does, because I do like seeing those oft kind of heroics picked, but it can work out. Denominator. Denominator has found the entire enemy team, as that is a very scared baby Murloc. They do manage to actually escape that damage coming in. Joe needing to pop Iron Skin, Dicello popping 7-sided strike on top of him. Denominator taking too much of their health. We see them popping the March of Murlocs directly on top. Guillotine doesn't quite find anything, however Asterix has taken a lot of damage thanks to that poison that came out, the poison over from the backflip. Asterix trying their best to stay on top of the backflip. However, Murky is now back. We do see that there is a little bit of split. John Lott's getting actually... No, what was relatively low was almost immediately healed up. Divine Shield having to be used on Asterix and actually nearly taken out by Suspension Pulse. However, as Murky's ear going down, Zul'jin is going to go down as well. And it looks like that Frogun is going to kill this keep. And I don't know if they're going to go core. I imagine they will. But Asterix did need to back out fully to get that healing from core. And it looks like they're just going to get all the buildings first. Which honestly, a little bit of a time waste there. They could have just ended a while ago. We see stun coming out onto Pentamachina, getting then rooted by the core. Getting rooted again by the core. Not really able to do too much. Seven-side comes out. Eloda is actually going to be going down. Core, however, will be starting to fall. But will they get Asterix in time? But no. Actually, respawns are now through. Are we going to be able to see a comeback kind of defense from the enemy team? From the team of 2-Team Blechman. But no, unfortunately not quite. As that will be the first game of the series going over to the side of Frogun. Ooh. That was a rough one by 2-10. Frogun definitely did well there. Do not get me wrong. All props to them. I am honestly just a little bit late at swapping it over. So let me just hard cut to... still As looking at the game summary screen, between Tyrande and Karazim, they had over double the healing of Uther, which yes, it's double healer, you expect double the healing Uther, but Uther had a tall order to deal with, and unfortunately he couldn't quite keep up with the damages. Mephisto did very well into them. You can see they almost had 10k more than the next highest for the side of Frogun, and they actually had 10k higher than the Murky for 2-Team Blechman as well. Sorry, getting those the wrong way around. In terms of siege, Soak, we can see Zul had the most there. And it was again Murky on the side of 210 Blechman. In terms of talents, anything that stands out here, despite us not having 20s, we'll just have a cheeky look. I like the Q-build outfit. Yep, Zul'jin makes sense. I do like the guillotine. It managed to get some pick kills, which honestly, with what 210 Blechman were needing, those pick kills were what kept them in as long and actually almost were able to swift the tides in 2 of those fights. Which, yeah, if you can do that, that's pretty good. Otherwise, interesting to not see bribe from Murky. But I guess he still was trying to get value and expecting Zul just to kind of stop Murky from doing Murky things, which Zul did quite a few times. On the other side. Oh, what's this talent? Sorry, I just do not know this talent. Huh. Interesting, I've never picked this talent. But I guess this does combo very well with Force of Will. So hey, it was obviously working out for Artanis. Artanis got a few of his skills, especially once Solarite Reaper had came in. But very much, it's a Mephisto. It's probably one of the best maps for him. You just want a team fight a lot, and how we saw Mephisto do so. Like Iron Fist, like Auto Attack build, kind of been over both of those. And Zul, with that Curse Strikes build, still did pretty well to survive a lot of that. Nope. Everyone can see someone swearing at me, so let me just change it over to my map view screen. I'm just gonna Alterac. I was gonna type to Vim, and I am going to make sure. I'm just gonna say to Vim, just make sure to say, wait for me to say ready. Ready as well next time. Sorry, there we go. I'm just setting things out. But yep, as I can finally cover now in this series. Sorry, I'm just gonna note down this Alterac. The map bans, Frogun did have okay, they nearly put me in the game. They just didn't quite realize that they were missing one of their players. But to quickly cover it, Frogun did ban out the Garden of Terror and Shrines, Sky Temple, while the side of 210 Blechman did ban out. Oh my god, I'm just completely forgetting what maps are called now. Give me a moment as my brain has suddenly decided working in Towers of Doom and Dragonshire. But I will mention that caster is now ready. So hopefully we'll get there. They've put each other the wrong way around. But yes, it is very much a map pick from this team. Oh, they've swapped each other around. Ugh. Let's just do this, because apparently it's going to be the other way around this map. As I can see, Asterix is now on the other team, while Shogun Beast is on the left. So yeah, Frogun will be on this one for the left, while 210 Blechman on the right. Which, a little bit but at least have one button to swap everything around, and not just going, why? To quote, what is it? I think it's called like Yosemite and some musical, some Andrew Lloyd Webb musical, which just is just, I feel like Jesus just yelling why at like the top of his lungs. But nope, we can hear Alterac is starting, so let me swap it on over into the draft. As we have Frogun first pick this time, so 210 Blechman Street. Obviously we went Mac pick. And we see Stukov is banned out first, which, yeah, that's a pretty safe first ban, to say the least. What are we going to get from the side of 210 Blechman? We see Karazim banned out. Not quite wanting to deal with those Iron Fist 7-sided shenanigans again, which is fair enough. I certainly don't want to deal with those when I'm playing against a Karazim. So, hey, may as well stop them doing either. But that means they're actually letting Azmodan get through this time. They're letting... What else was picked? Was it Zagara banned out as well? I can't recall. My brain is not working well. Azmodan is banned out once again. And honestly, if it was Zagara, as I remember getting banned out quickly, Zagara is a pretty good hero to take on this map. You can just kind of ignore the objective and just hard push as needed. Hell, I did that with, I wanted to do that with a Samurai the other day, but no, I'm not allowed to, because apparently I have to teamfight a Samurai. At least I have to make it far less comfortable for a team to play around him, with him just constantly freeing backline. Anyway, we see Joanna is picked up by Frogun, and then we see 210 Blechman picking up Ilodo and Lucio. Wait. Wasn't Asterix the tank? Hold up. 210 Blechman fans out there. Wasn't Asterix just a tank? Do they just swap around a bunch? I'm not sure. I maybe should have done a bit more research, but we are still here. Anyway, we obviously see Ragnar is picked up. Pretty good on these larger maps, especially with that lava wave. But hey, Hammer, the Sulfura Smash can still do a lot. Which I like to see a Sulfura Smash. I like seeing those lesser picked heroics. Except Swarm, whatever Nubrax not Cocoon is. Locust Swarm. Don't like Locust Swarm all that often, which don't tell that to my tank player, one of my tank players on Greg, because man, he's like, yes, I like a permanent life-stealing Locust, but he's going to be like, God, end me. It's not rewind. And we do see Li Ming as the last one banned out. They don't want a hero just to constantly poke at the objective to make sure they can't turn over. I would like to see a Chromie. I do like Chromie. Chromie is actually one of my favorite. Yeah, and Denominator was the off lane last game, which I guess Phoenix can off lane. Yeah, actually Phoenix is one of those better ones for off laning. Right. And Varian, which maybe Smash? Smash is the fun one. We may see Twin Blades of Fury. I imagine not Taunt. Taunt, I would be very surprised. But depending on these last two picks, a Taunt Varian just in the pocket can very much be a little bit of a hell on earth. But also, hi Rock, I hope you're doing well today. I know that you're still at the conference thing, still in a hotel. I don't know if you go home during the weekend or not. But we do see that Zul'jin and Lili round out the composition for Thorogun, which are definitely interesting ones. Lili, I don't think has been played all that much this season in NGS. A lot of healers are very uncommon. To put it at least, very uncommon. Lili, however, one of those ones you see picked up more. And Nazeba, yes, I am here for 210 Blechman. I am here for an Azebo. I hope they get the win this one, because I do want a free map series this evening at least. Because I feel like I've just ran into a lot of 2-0s recently. Albeit they did Infernal Shrines to start, which, not a fan of that, but hey. 210 Blechman, I believe in you. However, countdown's happening. I'm going to get us over into the game. So I'll see you guys on the other side of the opening roll.
Oh, a swap. Oh no, but a swap followed by a light bulb.
Here. 4-man mosh pit followed by a tomb. Oh no!
Oh, here's Light Bomb coming in on the Genji, and that's a 5-man Light Bomb. They're going to follow up, and they're going to get 1, 2, 3 kills.
And it's gonna be everybody dying. Oh my God! When does this happen? Everybody's dead.
And we're still loading in, because I apparently can never get that right. And I've also just swapped sides before I forget, before I put the prediction up. Throw gun 210 Blechman. there you go. If you're feeling... I can't spell, apparently. Is that how you spell them? Because apparently they decided to change sides in between. So we're going to start with 2-Team Blechman on the right. We do have Blanchard on the Nazebo, Slow Cheetah on Varian, Illodo on the... I hope you're doing well with Kittens Raka. Illodo on the Anubrak, Asterix on the Lucio going ham. And we do see that Denominator is on the offlane Phoenix. On the other side, we have Penta Machina on the Lily, the backflip on Ragnaros, Die Cello on the puppy itself, Rhaegar. We do have John Lotz on the Zul'jin this time, so Taken, and Shogun Misa on the Joanna. Which were they? No, they were damaged. In general, there have been a lot of role swaps between the two kind of maps so far. Ignoring that they completely swapped sides as well, but they've also just swapped altogether. Nice blind by Lily, getting a nice 2 of them. We see actually there are a lot of blinds on the side of Frogun. That may get a little bit infuriating, and I'm actually surprised we don't see a Cassia with this kind of style of composition instead of those 2 blinds. We can see Penta Machina is going to be stuck, and that is a kill, actually in favor of the side of 2-Team Blechman. So maybe they found this strategy to beating Frogun for them. Trap them in a Nazebo wall, trap them in that petting zoo, and make sure they can't escape. Which, fair enough, that's my go-to as well. We can see Die Cello being run down by Illodo and the Asterix. However, they're already safe, they're already out, and camps are up. But neither team has actually started camp. Both are just kind of playing pretty safe, just brawling in mid. Obviously, Blanchard wanted to get their stacks, which, speaking of stacks, what do we have? We have Yontax baseline for Zul'jin. We have actually Stormcaller on the Rhaegar. Interesting. In other stacks, we do have Nazebo going Spiders, as well as they have that Voodoo Ritual baseline, which they're pretty even. They're doing pretty well on that so far. Meanwhile, Varian is Lions more. We do have Rhaegar doing their best to stack as it's getting up there slowly. And the last thing to mention is advanced Arsenal synergy, advanced targeting by the Tassadar, Phoenix, which is definitely the least consistent one, but I do like, again, these off kind of talent pickups, so to speak. So are we going to see Taunt? Nope, we get that Colossus smash variant coming out. He smashes straight on John Lotz. John Lotz, however, doesn't want a bar of it, and we see that Slow Cheetah is blinded by Shogun Misa and forced out. Shogun Misa, however, stuck in a zombie wall, taking a lot of damage of the process. Burning through Iron Skin and even burning through some of their leftover health. Asterix need to back up as they do get relatively low. John Lott's actually pumping up the damage currently. You see that his trait is active. And that camp has now gone down for Frogun, but 2-Team Blechman is still up. And the prisoners, the objective coming up in the next 20 seconds. Which, with how late that both these teams are on their camps, it's actually going to be late to come out. And Slow Cheetah was looking to rotate into Die Cello. Die Cello, however, rotated a safe way to go up to help their team. So a little bit unfortunate time for Slow Cheetah, but very smart by Die Cello not getting caught out there. And again, I don't know what this guy has against large violins, but apparently he just doesn't like cellos. But we always see John Lotz is time the objective. Camp already back up for the side of Frogun, but 2-Team Blechman is coming up in just another 10 seconds. But imagine, yep, we are going to see a fight breaking out here soon enough. Die Cello has found a Anubrak. Anubrak stuck in the petting zoo. However, Die Cello is stuck in the middle of everyone. Does get hit by Asterix. Boop. Asterix now in an awkward situation. Doesn't quite have the health to get out. And Die Cello actually turns down what may have been a kill onto them and getting the kill onto the Lucio themselves. Shogun Misa is getting W put on him. Die Cello barely holding on once again. They see they are going to get out. Denominator seeing if they can get the kill. Did get the slow of him. Will take him down. But Anubrak was traded in the meantime. We see phase shift coming out. Sorry, advanced teleport? It's not phase shift. Let's have a look. We are number 8, aren't we? Warp being used by Denominator to be able to get out safely. Meanwhile, we do see just a little bit of a reset from Frogun, making sure they're not going to go down unnecessarily. Penta Machina looking to start... Yeah, Penta Machina was a tank last time, I feel. No, Verazul. I'm so confused. Slow Cheetah barely holding on. 130 health. We're down to double digits. I saw the 10 a bit... The 10s briefly appear. Not much tighter you can get if you're Slow Cheetah, but they at least do get to hold on. And yeah, while I do like how easy it is to kill things with Smash Varian, you're a lot squishier if you're Smash variant. You lose your health, but you gain attack in the process, which I believe is quite a bit. Control 1. Yeah, base attack damage doubled, but maximum health and health regeneration down by 10%. So you're at 0.9 of that baseline, and that is, that can affect you a lot in the long run. That can make things a lot harder. But both teams, this is actually much more even than the last game already. At the time that 210 Blechman had level 8s last time, Frogun had already kind of starting to kind of snowball their advantage, and we're already at level 9s. And you can see, well, yeah, it is still that Frogun is going to have the slight experience advantage. You're going to have level 9s before level 8s come through for 210. It's going to be not as much. But Shogun Misa, however, will be going down, and what the advantage was had is now gone because the backflip also stuck in that Nazebo petting zoo. Died Cello getting relatively low. Penta Machina did give the objective in the background. However, with the kills that's coming through, I don't quite know if that objective is now worth it, because you're now down 4 heroes. Excellent fight by 210. And that is going to be the objective phase, sure, going over to Forogun, but there's not really too much to push with it currently. Cavalry are going to be at the objectives, at the forts, well, at the mid lanes clash, I should say, before either Rhaegar or Lily can... I've just realized they do like their double healer comps. I've just realized that they're double healer again. This time with just a more traditional tank than just a Artanis gaining armor infinitely. Denominator doing very well to clear top. We see Ragnaros is not quite wanting to do that freely. And we can see that we've gone... Sorry, I just saw the heroics as I'm just looking around. As you see slow cheating getting relatively low. We do see Colossus Smash level 4 for Varian. We see Gargantuan Nazebo. We see Slow Cheetah going on to Shogun Misa. However, it was cancelled by the looks of it right at the end of it. As didn't see the oh nope, there's my assignment now. We see Illidor goes on Dicello doing what we can. Meanwhile, Bloodlust was used in the process here, kind of nullifying that dive that was done by Illidor, which I don't like. I don't see it very often, but I do like that we do have this pickup of Bloodlust. Because other things to note, we do have the meme beam by Phoenix. They are that beam. Dicello actually not going to hold on. Dicello go down the backflip, also in an awkward spot. Good teleport by Denominator, meaning they get to dodge Penta Machina's Water Dragon. However, Asterix taking a little bit more damage than they like, and Ragnaros will go down to the back line. Unfortunately, Lava Wave will not save you in a team fight unless you're in the middle of a lane. However, speaking about saving in team fights, Lucio went beat drop, and as well as or is it Sound Wave? Yeah, Sound Barrier, sorry. And there is the Cocoon on the Anubrak. Meanwhile, we see Frogun has gone that Lava Wave and, well, actually, there's two support ults in Lava Wave, like I said, but we also have Tez Dingo, maybe not quite as brave as the last Zul'jin with their Guillotine, but still a very good heroic. And we do see Blessed Shield picked up by Johanna, which, yeah, it's Blessed Shield. It's just a good heroic. It's just good. There's nothing bad about it. There's nothing amazing. It is just very... Oh, I can say it's very good and consistent. That's probably my two major takeaways from that. But we can see now that it looks like Frogun is just looking to clear while 210 Blechman is smelling blood for the first time this series. Like, actually, you know what? We were 2-0'd last time. We are not getting 2-0'd again. We want to get this, at least, map from you. But we do see that is a Blessed Shield used. We do see that is... Bloodlust going down as well. There is the Water Dragon. Shogun Misa actually won lowest first, but Ironskin is pop them holding on. We do see Asterix going to take a decent amount of damage. And that Lucio kept everyone up. And despite the Bloodlust coming out, despite the Water Dragon, despite the Blessed Shield, Lucio really just used Sound Barrier, and that kind of nullified a lot of what was happening. Which is exactly what you want if you're 210 Blechman. If you can get one heroic to essentially stop 3 Denevere tracks, you've done perfect. You cannot do much better if you are that healer. My question is, as we get into the later game, I wonder how this changes. Dicello is left on an island, so to speak. However, Asterix and Illidor, not quite the ones you can get to clear things out. Smash Baron going out to Penta Machine. Lily starts Water Dragon animation, but it will not finish. Meanwhile, Dicello is actually going to be relatively low, but it's as we said, Nubrak who goes down first. Then we see Lucio take him down. Denominator, awkward spot. Zul'jin doing the best to hold on. 8 health. Nope, they're going to go down to Velucio. And once again, we see a 5 for 4 in favor of... 5 for 1, actually, in favor of 2-Team Blechman. Blanchard Asterisk starting the objective, but it looks like Varian is starting the boss. 2-Team Blechman, I like where it's going this time. What was looking rough the first time around, like, absolutely in Frogun's favor. 2-Team Blechman look far more comfortable on this map, and maybe, yeah, they chose map pick. Maybe map pick is going to be their secret to beating, or their secret to success. At least what's going to beat them beating Frogun. We've seen the Zebro is going to stop Pentamachina from doing too much, however, Wood Dragon himself. Unfortunately for Illidor, they step in range of a Water Dragon just before it can fully expire, or go off, whatever you want to say. But Denominator did very well. Oh, Blanchard actually did very well dodging it. We can see that both Illidor and Denominator get out. However, just due to that disengage, means the Zebro is left high and dry. And that's Naz without a front line, and that is Naz going down. But meanwhile, Boss was picked up, so they do actually have to look out for that as well. Frogun does. Where is Zul'jin on stacks? 39. He is stacked. He is going to be doing damage, quite a bit of damage at this point. You can see with 1W and a few orders, Denominator lost a lot of their shielding. Lava Wave used top. Gonna weaken boss a little bit, but get rid of that wave more importantly. 15s. 2-Team Blechman doing the camp just safely. I like this idea of just making sure you don't lose too much. You've at least got that going. Nice stun, however, doesn't quite hit for one in the laser beam. But they'll be Asterix going down first, and then Illidor to follow by the Water Dragon, Denominator, and Slow Cheetah having to back out. Denominator, I'm not sure if he's able to escape. Tries their best, does not succeed. Nice spider pop by Naz. Interesting, we don't see the spiders at 13, but instead see Dead Rush. But I guess Dead Rush is definitely one of those more soaky, CG talents, while those spiders are very much a I'm going to fight. And 5 spiders on you at once is not going to be a fun time for anyone. Especially if you live in Australia, which, yeah, any spiders at once if you're in Australia, it's just a horrifying experience. Trust me. But right, we can see now Frogun has stabilized what was kind of an issue, and with those 2 kills. Oh god. Sorry, with that one or 2 kills, I can't quite recall. It made it much more even, and that makes it definitely now a game that they can come back in and hopefully for them close it out. But I'm again still supporting 2-Team Blechman, hoping for a free map series. But I guess we have to see where that goes. The structures are now getting balanced out. We do see wave cleared mid. We see fort down mid. We see fort down top. We see bot is still holding up, but Blanchard is doing the best to hold on for the side of, I nearly called them wrong team. Frogun. Knife Party. Blanchard's holding on for Knife... No, not Knife Party. 2-Team Blechman. Man, I'm just forgetting things today. Apparently the team swapping around screwed me over so much I'm just announcing different teams. Anyway, we see Soundbearer comes out. Can't keep Varian live. Varian goes down. There is the Bloodlust as Zul'jin is going crazy, going wild. Rhaegar's stuck in a cocoon. But really, they need to save that web wrap for Zul'jin at this point. Zul'jin is your biggest issue. Yeah, sure, double heal is annoying, but Zul'jin is actually for one tearing through your team. Because if we look at the hero damage, Zul'jin has the most by a good 10k. Like, John Lotz knows what he's doing there and is using it very effectively. So if you're a Nubrak, like, yeah, I know there's 2 healers and they're a lot to get through. But maybe the person absolutely dumping out the damage is going to be your priority moving forwards. Also, nice camp steal by the side of Frogun as they now are rotating down to take this mid structure. Bottom structure, rather. So we're now in the point where Frogun has taken the lead. They're not entirely out. By no means they've sealed it yet. 2-Team Blechman actually do have the tools to come back here. If they could just focus one hero that gets smashed, Varian goes, okay, this, and goes, especially with a follow-up to a Nubarak, that person will die, and that gives you a distinct advantage. But I am just sitting over this objective because I thought for some reason we're going to evade in, but they chose to do camps instead, which, fair enough, camps are cute and all. Oh, I thought someone stepped up, but no, we do see wave clear coming out from the side of Frogun. And 2-Team Blechman were in a very defensive position. All of a sudden, not, as there is a wedge between them and their own fort. Denominator Asterix actually getting... Asterix is the one who's caught out. We do see a nice warp from Denominator, getting a nice big beam going straight through. However, doesn't quite anyone take out. And there's the Cocoon onto the Zul'jin. Very smart play. Don't want to hit Zul'jin, just wailing at all hours of the earth. But we can see the backflip actually hits the snipe onto... Backflip? I said the back flick, I think. My words are failing me today. Holy moly. But now we can see heroics. Storm Talents are through the side of throw guns. We didn't actually get there last time, so definitely a longer one this time. We see Radiant Faith from the Joanna. We see Denominator actually teleported in, which maybe not the smartest idea. But Ragnaros is doing objective behind. We also see that Zul'jin went Amani, Resilience. Ragnaros having a ponder, looking at the orb going, yes, maybe this, maybe that. Meanwhile, we do see Double Dragon by the Lily, which, yeah, why not? You're going Water Dragon already, may as well pick Double Dragon. And we do see Gladiator's War Shout on the Rhaegar. Meanwhile, we do have 2-Team Blechman not too far off on their own Storm Talents. They are just going to not be able to quite get it before this objective starts pushing in, which my hand has just gone sore. That's weird. It's going to be 2-Team Blechman not quite being able to get it in time. But the real question is, will they be able to get it before Throgun are able to push to core? That's like my big question mark here. Which I hope they can. I hope they can stop the side of... I need to move this over more. I hope they can stop Throgun from finishing here. But it will be honestly a bit too hard to say until that happens. For the Alliance, they say, as boss was found, and it looks like we're going to get a very big push bottom by the side of Throgun. So 2-Team Blechman, honestly, try get 20s as quick as possible now. You are so close. Get it before boss crashes, but get it before the cavalry get there, and you may be fine. And we can see it is now there. Nazebo, stacks complete. Nope, we in fact see instead Glory to the Alliance. There we see Vial Infection as well as Advanced Synergy, a Singularity Charge, Bossa Nova from Lucio, and Cocoon and Nubrak once again. Actually, Cocoon upgrade on Nubrak, which maybe not my favorite upgrade in the world. It's better than Lifestealing Locust, but it is at least a Storm Talent. As soon as they go in, get stunned immediately, double stun coming out, and that is a very dead Nubrak. Then we see Lucio and the variant to follow. There is the Phoenix. Blanchard, unfortunately, not able to defend against all this. And that will be the game. And the series going over the side of Throgun. GG's to both sides. Well played. Oh, Heroes of Storm decides to take its time once again. So, we see Ragnaros have the most soak. And siege damage. So, to be fair to them, they do have Lava Wave. I see in the Elite chat some people saying GG's. Hero damage in favor of Zul'jin. Blanchard getting so close on both hero damage and, well, at least tried on siege. Because, well, it's quite hard to keep up Ragnaros. But, in saying that, 2-Team Blechman, we're still within striking distance in terms of experience. Throgun, honestly, not too far ahead of him. So, they actually did very well to make sure. And that early to mid game, very much I liked what 2-Team were doing, but Throgun eventually came online and just kind of, that was curtains closed. So let me get myself into a lobby, see if anyone is willing to talk with me, but we do have Shogun. Well, you somehow beat me to the punch, but well done, Shogun. How are you guys feeling? Right on. And I've just realized I had accidentally Discord muted. So, Backflip, how are you feeling after that series?
Good.
Pretty good. So that first one, quite a bit in your favor by the looks of it. Is that a map you're quite comfortable on, that first map of Infernal Shrines? Because you guys were pretty confident with going there.
Yeah, that's one of our strong maps.
And very interesting composition you use. Is that kind of something you've been running this? Because I haven't seen much of your matches, in all honesty. So is that something you normally run? That double healer, double bruiser Mephisto? Is that kind of your, yeah, this will absolutely mess them up? Or is that something you go, actually, we want to try this and see if it works?
That's we try to play to their and a good healer team, so a double heal is usually with it.
Yeah. And that second map actually was a bit scarier for you guys. For a longest time, it actually looks like 210 we actually had that early game, mid game, kind of what was the shift into the late game that helped you guys swing it around in your favor?
I mean, simple as wave. It takes for red to show potential. The ability to soak and not be there is huge on that being so big.
Yeah. Yeah, that definitely, they did actually pretty well to keep up with you guys. And once I did notice they were starting to cocoon Zul Jin quite a lot. I guess that kind of started hampering you guys a little bit in that late game.
Yeah. That's how much. When they first games, no deadly, let them get stacked.
Right, and is there anything else you want to comment on the series, or kind of any thanks or anything from this?
I just thank everybody that's in game going. Fun these tournaments. And the masters and everybody. That's fun to have an audience.
I don't know if you know this, but your mic is actually cutting out a fair few times there.
Yeah.
Just a few internet issues.
It's a no-name.
Okay. Fair enough, but at least thank you for taking the time to talk to me this evening, and I hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. Well played.
Thank you.
Right, so that was the backflip from Frogun, as we did see that... I actually need to mark that it was them taking that second map as well. As Frogun did eventually take it over 210 Blechman Street, and I'm going to swap these team sides back just so it makes sense to me. As first pick, map pick was taken by Frogun, they got that, and while 210 Blechman Street looks very good on that Alterac Pass map, Alterac Valley, no, Alterac Pass, unfortunately it did go over to Frogun in the end. So that will be it for me this evening. I am a bit tired. I'm going to do some other things because I know there are some people coming through here soon, and I want to make sure that I'm not just yakkering in the corner while they are trying to talk. So I wish everyone good evening, good afternoon, or good morning, depending where they are in the world, because time zones are weird. And I'll at least see you in the Nexus one day, everyone. Goodbye for now.